It's Wednesday, April 25th, 2007. There are 558 days left until the 2008 presidential elections.
It's noon on the East Coast, 9 a.m. in California.
I'm Rob.
I'm Will.
This is Political Lunch.
Welcome back to Political Lunch. All eyes are on South Carolina today for their first-in-the-nation Democratic debate tomorrow night. But first, let's get some news from the GOP camp out of the way. Rob?
Well, the official announcements tonight, but far more interesting was McCain's appearance on The Daily Show last night. Let's take a look.
What do you want to start with, the Bomb Iran song or the walk through the market and bag? What do you want to start with? Let's see.
Stewart opens with a little jab, and McCain counters with this.
I think maybe shopping in Baghdad. I had something really picked out for you too. It's a nice,
Did you really?
Yeah, it's a nice little IED to put under your desk.
A joke about IEDs?
If I said that to McCain, the Secret Service would take me down and cuff me.
This is a guy who has been roundly criticized for a Pollyanna-ish view of the situation in Iraq. Recently criticized for making loose comments about bombing Iran.
And not to mention his attitude to the press in that. He's coming across as very bitter.
And now this. The guy just can't keep his foot out of his mouth. When does it stop? I think it's time for a McCain campaign intervention.
He needs a makeover. In other news, a Romney aide, his deputy chief of staff, has now resigned to apparently spend more time with the family. He's had a hard commute, so that's understandable, but it's still pretty early in the campaign season for somebody that senior to be resigning. So we'll keep an eye on that. There may be a story that develops.
And of course, we wish them well. Former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee also had a resignation, although this one's a little bit murkier. Let's see, Jason Brady, apparently a longtime Huckabee aide, has left the campaign. We can't really figure out what the circumstances were, but if you go to blakesthinktank.com, we'll put that one up for you. Let's see, this is Blake Rutherford, an Arkansas man about town. He claims that there is a little bit of dirty dealing going on with Jason Brady and his departure. Now, is there any real substance to this? Is it just usual personnel turnover? Is this just the usual campaign season rumor mill at work? We don't know. We'll keep an eye on it, but sure makes for interesting reading today.
Meanwhile, Rudy Giuliani recently made comments that ruffled some feathers because he's basically delivering the same conservative party line, claiming that Democrats don't understand the terrorist threat and that our nation would be much safer if a Republican wins in 2008.
It's a line we've been hearing for years that if the Democrats win, we can expect another 9/11. At this point, I don't know who buys into that line of thinking. I'm sure some people do, and he's trying hard to appeal to his conservative base, but again, it's a pretty tired talking point. So
I doubt it's going to help him around New York. It may do something in Iowa, but
we'll look for some more fresh thinking from Rudy Giuliani down the line.
Now let's take a look at the South Carolina debate tomorrow night.
Right, on to business. Tomorrow night, big night for the Democrats. South Carolina is obviously a key primary state, and after plans fell through a couple of months ago for an early debate in New Hampshire, South Carolina now has the first in the nation. That's tomorrow night, Thursday, April 26th. That's 7 p.m. You can catch that on MSNBC or MSNBC.com. And if you're in South Carolina, they'll carry it on the NBC affiliates in your town. Now, for a helpful preview of the debates, you can go to thestate.com, one of South Carolina's statewide daily papers. Their website, state.com, has a great piece by longtime political reporter turned columnist Lee Bandy. Lee's got some great stuff to say about the debate.
You know, it's interesting. It really discusses the issue of the red state opener for the Democrats. Sure. The fact that they're starting out in a red state definitely shows some effort on their part to change the lines.
Absolutely, yeah. Pretty much anything is up for grabs this time around.
Absolutely.
The field is wide open. Now, thestate.com also offers a great piece directed at the campaigns themselves. You can download their guide, How to Win the South Carolina Democratic Primary.
You know, if every state would issue one of these, especially with the cool donkey graphic,
sure, that's great.
It would certainly cut down the campaign season by about 10 months, and everybody could get a little more sleep.
If only it was that simple. Now, let's take a look at the campaigns and what they're doing to prepare their base for tomorrow night's debate. Let's see here. Senator Clinton urging her supporters to hold house parties. Let's see. Senator Obama, yep, you guessed it, more house parties.
Isn't this just preaching to the choir?
Right. I don't know if you've ever been to a house party. They were popularized last time around by the Dean campaign. And it's a good way to energize your base, make sure you have that sort of solid level of support.
But, debates, it doesn't really... The whole point of the debate, I always thought, was to win over the other team.
Sure, and when you're gathering a group of like-minded supporters, you might not be pulling that off. However, if you're determined to do it right, the Obama campaign offers this handy PDF. Today is all about guides for getting it done.
That's right.
How to win the South Carolina primary, how to host a debate viewing party.
We should really issue a manual on hosting a news program.
Hosting a news program. I wish someone would. Anyways, yeah, the Obama campaign, you can go to their website and download Planning Your Debate Viewing Party, a 9-page PDF on what exactly you need to do to have a successful house party. Step 1, register your event. Step 2, invite family and friends. Oh, and don't forget about Step 3, establish a fundraising goal. Now, let's not forget, it really is all about the Benjamins. And, of course, tomorrow night, watch the debate. Let's see what else the Democrats are up to. Dennis Kucinich.
Nothing on his website. I'm surprised. He's the only one, really, who was involved last time around in any debate.
He was the only one who was in New Hampshire last time around.
I figured he'd make a big deal out of it this time.
But perhaps it's because he's busy with other things. Oh, I don't know. Little stuff like filing articles of impeachment against the vice president.
He keeps getting kicked down with that, too. He's delayed it now twice. Cheney's health was in question just overnight, and it was all put on hold. And then this
Seems
morning,
like he's fine now, so this morning.
Back on. Thank you, Wonket, for that story.
You got to give it to him. Dennis Kucinich, the guy's all about substance, and I don't know how many people remember his performance from 2004, but the guy does a great job in debates.
He's good.
Really brings a refreshing element to the conversation, so I'll be looking for his contribution tomorrow night.
Absolutely. Looking at Bill Richardson, there's nothing on his side either. However,
you can catch a preview of ads that he'll be airing beginning next Monday in New Hampshire and Iowa. Now that makes him the first Democrat to start running campaign spots in those two key primary states. Mitt Romney, I believe, is the only GOP candidate to have done that already. Here's a quick clip of Bill Richardson's campaign ads.
He's been nominated 4 times for the Nobel Peace Prize, freeing American hostages held by some of the world's worst dictators. One of America's best governors with more international experience than just about anyone else in the 2008 field. But what would Bill Richardson do differently to heal America and restore our place in the world?
Speaking of ads, the League of Conservation Voters is running the first issue ad, which launches tomorrow night during the campaign, apparently, and features Robert Redford talking about global warming. Let's take a quick look.
It's about leadership, and it's about vision.
We need to challenge all of the presidential candidates to make solving global warming a top priority. Our moment is now.
Their hope, of course, is to rally people around the issue. Hopefully the issue comes up during the debate for them so they can rally people and get some interest.
Check back here on Friday for our recap of tomorrow night's debate. Now, when it comes to covering the debates, it's not as easy as it should be, and a lot of online media is trying to change that.
It's interesting. Lawrence Lessig's blog has the best look at a current attempt by both sides. Both the RNC and the DNC are being lobbied to make the debate footage available to everyone. Right now, if you don't watch the debate, the only footage you're going to see online is going to be pirated copies and news discussion that's interpreted. None of us can actually deliver that footage because of copyright issues. They want to make it Creative Commons protected and therefore available for public debate and discussion.
And it seems like a worthy public service. I really look to the RNC and DNC to move on this issue. Just looking at the supporters who signed Lessig's appeal, you rarely get a diverse a group as we have
from
here.
Ariana Huffington to Michelle Malkin, Paul Rykoff, Craig Newmark. It's there's really quite a broad range of people.
Absolutely. Everyone is behind this. Let's see if it makes a difference.
Hopefully so.
Thanks for watching. Check back here Friday for our recap of the debates.
And you can always check us out on iTunes. Don't forget to subscribe to the feed as well.
See you next time.
All right, I think that That was good. We're going to have some
We'll get cut.
content after here. Okay.